Heavenly Father, today I come to you with a powerful prayer for my son, placing his mind, his heart, and his future fully into your loving and sovereign hands. I thank you because you know him better than anyone else. You understand his thoughts before he speaks them, and you see the battles he faces silently within his mind. Lord, I ask you to strengthen him from the inside out, building in him a mental resilience that cannot be shaken by pressure, fear, failure, or the opinions of others. Let your peace guard his heart and mind as promised in your word, so anxiety, doubt, and confusion have no authority over him. Fill him with clarity, focus, and inner calm, even when life feels overwhelming or uncertain. May he always know that he is not alone, that you walk with him, and that your strength is made perfect in every area where he feels weak. Teach him to lean on you completely and to trust that you are shaping him for a purpose greater than he can yet see. If this prayer is for your son, write his name in the comments and write your own prayer for him below. Father, I pray that you would fortify my son's mind against negative thoughts, destructive self-talk, and every lie that tries to convince him he is not enough. Replace every thought of fear with faith, every thought of insecurity with confidence rooted in you, and every thought of defeat with the assurance that he is more than a conqueror through Christ. Let his mind be renewed daily by your truth, so he does not conform to the patterns of this world, but is transformed by your wisdom. When he feels overwhelmed, teach him to pause and remember that you are his refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Guard him from comparison and the pressure to measure his worth by achievements, status, or approval from others. Help him to see himself through your eyes, chosen, valued, and deeply loved. May his identity be firmly anchored in who you say he is, not in what the world demands of him. Lord, I ask you to build unshakable confidence in my son, not arrogance, but a quiet, steady confidence that comes from knowing you are with him. Give him courage to speak when his voice shakes and strength to stand firm when he feels alone. Help him to trust his God-given abilities and to step forward boldly even when the path ahead is unclear. Let him know that he does not need to be perfect to be powerful, because your grace is sufficient for him. Teach him to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth rather than reasons to retreat. When he faces setbacks, remind him that failure is not the end, but a lesson shaping him into a stronger man. Let his confidence be rooted in obedience to you, not in pride, so he remains humble while walking boldly in his calling. Father, I pray for my son's emotional strength, that he would be able to process his feelings with wisdom, rather than being controlled by them. Teach him that emotions are not a weakness, but a part of how you created him, meant to be understood and guided, not suppressed or feared. Help him to express what he feels in healthy ways and to seek your presence when emotions feel heavy or confusing. Give him discernment to recognize when his mind needs rest, when his heart needs healing, and when his spirit needs renewal. Protect him from emotional burnout and the pressure to always appear strong while suffering silently. Surround him with people who listen, encourage, and uplift him, rather than those who drain or discourage him. Let him always know that he can come to you with honesty, knowing you welcome him just as he is. Lord, strengthen my son's mind against fear, especially fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown. Your word tells us that you have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, and I declare this truth over his life today. When fear tries to paralyze him, remind him that you go before him and prepare the way. Help him to take steps of faith, even when he feels uncertain, trusting that you will guide his feet. Let him learn to replace worry with prayer and anxiety with trust in your promises. Teach him that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. May his mind be anchored in faith, knowing that you are always in control. Father, I pray that you would sharpen my son's focus and discipline, giving him the mental strength to pursue his goals with persistence and patience. Help him to resist distractions that pull him away from his purpose and to develop habits that strengthen his mind and character. Teach him the value of consistency, self-control, and perseverance, even when progress feels slow. When he feels tempted to quit, remind him that endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Give him the ability to manage his time, energy, and thoughts wisely, so he is not overwhelmed by responsibilities. Let him learn to rest without guilt, and to work without fear. May his mind remain clear and steady as he walks step by step into the future you have prepared for him. Lord, I ask you to guard my son from negative influences that try to weaken his confidence or distort his thinking. Give him discernment to recognize voices that lead him away from truth, and the courage to distance himself from anything that does not align with your will. Surround him with mentors, friends, and leaders who speak life, wisdom, and encouragement into him. Help him to choose relationships that strengthen his mind rather than drain it. Teach him to value wisdom over popularity and integrity over approval. Let him not be easily swayed by trends, opinions, or peer pressure. May his mind be anchored in your word, which is a lamp to his feet and a light to his path. Father, I pray that my son would develop a resilient mindset, one that refuses to give up when faced with challenges. Teach him to see obstacles as temporary and setbacks as stepping stones rather than barriers. When things do not go as planned, help him to adapt without losing hope. Give him the ability to learn from mistakes without being defined by them. Let him understand that growth often comes through discomfort, and that perseverance is built in moments of struggle. Strengthen his mind so he does not crumble under pressure, but rises with determination. May he always remember that you are working all things together for his good, even when he cannot see it. Lord, build in my son a strong sense of purpose that fuels his confidence and guides his decisions. Help him to know that his life has meaning and that you have a plan for him filled with hope and a future. When he feels lost or uncertain, remind him that you are a God who directs steps and opens doors at the right time. Teach him to seek your guidance before making decisions and to trust your timing rather than rushing ahead in fear. Let his confidence grow as he learns to walk in alignment with your will. Give him patience during seasons of waiting and courage during seasons of action. May his mind remain anchored in the assurance that you are faithfully leading him. Father, I pray that you would heal any past wounds, disappointments, or failures that have impacted my son's confidence. Where words spoken over him have caused doubt or pain, replace them with your truth and affirmation. Where experiences have shaken his belief in himself, restore his confidence and renew his hope. Help him to forgive himself for past mistakes and to release regret that weighs on his mind. Teach him that his past does not define his future and that your mercy makes all things new. Let him walk forward unburdened by shame, knowing that he is redeemed and restored through you. May his mind be free from the chains of yesterday as he steps boldly into tomorrow. Lord, I ask you to bless my son with mental clarity and wisdom in every decision he makes. Help him to think clearly under pressure and to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Give him insight beyond his years and the ability to see situations from a place of understanding and discernment. When he faces complex choices, remind him to seek your counsel and trust your guidance. Let his thoughts be aligned with truth, not confusion or doubt. Teach him to weigh his decisions carefully while trusting you to direct his path. May his mind be a place of peace, not chaos, as he relies on your wisdom. Father, I pray that my son would grow into a man who is confident in his values and convictions. Give him the strength to stand firm in what is right, even when it is unpopular or difficult. Help him to speak truth with love and to act with integrity in every situation. Let him never compromise his character for acceptance or success. Teach him that true confidence comes from obedience to you, not from pleasing others. May he walk with quiet strength, knowing who he is and what he stands for. Let his life reflect your truth and goodness wherever he goes. Lord, I ask you to protect my son's mind from exhaustion, burnout, and discouragement. Teach him to recognize when he needs rest and to honor the limits of his body and mind. Help him to understand that rest is not weakness, but a gift you designed for renewal and strength. When he feels overwhelmed, remind him to come to you and lay his burdens down. Give him peaceful sleep and restorative rest, so his mind is refreshed and renewed each day. Guard him from carrying pressures that are not his to bear. Let him learn to trust you with what he cannot control. Father, I pray that my son's confidence would not be shaken by criticism or failure. Teach him to receive feedback with humility without letting it destroy his self-worth. Help him to learn and grow from correction rather than being discouraged by it. When others doubt him, remind him that you are the one who called and equipped him. Let him find strength in your approval rather than constantly seeking validation from people. Teach him to stay focused on his calling even when misunderstood. May his confidence be rooted deeply in you, not in circumstance. Lord, I ask you to bless my son with a sound mind that is disciplined, focused, and at peace. Help him to develop healthy thought patterns that lead to growth rather than stagnation. Teach him to take every thought captive and align it with your truth. When negative thoughts arise, give him the awareness to reject them and replace them with faith-filled declarations. Let his mind be a place where hope thrives and fear has no home. Strengthen him daily as he learns to guard his thoughts with wisdom. May his mental strength continue to grow as he walks closely with you. Father, I pray that my son would have confidence in his ability to learn, grow, and improve. Help him not to be discouraged by what he does not yet know, but to be motivated to keep learning. Give him a teachable spirit and a hunger for wisdom and understanding. When challenges stretch his mind, help him to persevere rather than give up. Teach him that growth takes time and that progress is built through patience and effort. Let him celebrate small victories while continuing to aim higher. May his confidence grow as he sees how far you have already brought him. Lord, I ask you to give my son the courage to be himself without fear of rejection. Help him to embrace his uniqueness and not let the need to conform to fit in. Teach him that he does not need to prove his worth, because it is already established in you. Let him walk with authenticity, knowing that being true to himself honors you. Protect him from insecurity that causes him to hide his true self. Give him confidence to show up fully in every space you place him. May his mind be free from the pressure to be anyone other than who you created him to be. Father, I pray that my son would be mentally strong in times of adversity. When life brings unexpected challenges, help him to respond with faith rather than panic. Teach him to anchor his thoughts in your promises instead of worst-case scenarios. Give him endurance to keep moving forward even when the road is difficult. Help him to trust that trials are temporary and that you are using them to strengthen him. Let him emerge from every challenge wiser, stronger, and more confident than before. May his mind remain steady and hopeful through every season. Lord, I ask you to fill my son with boldness to pursue his dreams and calling without fear of failure. Give him confidence to step into opportunities even when he feels unqualified. Teach him that you qualify those you call and that your strength works through him. Help him not to shrink back when challenges arise, but to press forward with determination. Let him believe that with you, all things are possible. Strengthen his mind, so doubt does not silence his dreams. May his confidence grow as he learns to trust you more deeply. Father, I pray that my son would develop healthy coping skills for stress and pressure. Teach him to turn to you rather than unhealthy escapes when life feels heavy. Help him to find peace through prayer, worship, and time in your presence. Give him wisdom to manage stress without allowing it to control him. Protect him from habits that numb pain instead of healing it. Let his mind find rest in you, even in the midst of busy seasons. May he always know where to turn when he feels overwhelmed. Lord, I ask you to bless my son with emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Help him to understand his own thoughts, feelings, and reactions with clarity and wisdom. Teach him to pause before reacting and to respond with thoughtfulness and grace. Give him the ability to navigate relationships with confidence and understanding. Help him to communicate clearly and confidently without fear. Let him grow in maturity as he learns to manage emotions wisely. May his confidence be reflected in how he handles himself and others. Father, I pray that my son would be mentally strong enough to forgive without carrying bitterness. Teach him that forgiveness frees his mind and heart from unnecessary weight. Help him to release anger and resentment rather than allowing them to take root. Give him wisdom to set healthy boundaries while still walking in love. Let him learn that forgiveness is a strength, not a weakness. Protect his mind from the poison of unforgiveness. May his confidence grow as he learns to let go and move forward in peace. Lord, I ask you to prepare my son for leadership by strengthening his mind and character. Help him to lead with confidence, humility, wisdom. Teach him to make decisions with courage and responsibility. Give him the ability to influence others positively without seeking control or recognition. Let his leadership be rooted in service and integrity. Strengthen his mind so he does not crumble under responsibility. May he lead with confidence that comes from trusting you. Father, I pray that my son would have confidence in your presence with him at all times. Help him to remember that he never walks alone, no matter where life takes him. When he feels uncertain, remind him that you are guiding every step. Let his confidence grow as he learns to rely on you daily. Teach him to seek you first in every situation. May his mind remain at peace knowing that you are always near. Let your presence be his greatest source of strength. Lord, I ask you to bless my son with a future filled with hope, confidence, and mental strength. Prepare him for what lies ahead and equip him with everything he needs to succeed. Help him to walk boldly into his calling without fear or hesitation. Let him trust that you are faithful to complete the good work you have begun in him. Strengthen his mind so he faces the future with courage rather than fear. May his confidence continue to grow as he walks in step with you. Father, I pray that my son's life would be a testimony of your power working within him. Let others see his mental strength, confidence, and peace, and be drawn to you through his example. Use him to encourage and inspire those who struggle with fear or self-doubt. Help him to share the strength he has received with others who need it. Let his life reflect your faithfulness and grace. May his confidence always point back to you as the source. Use his story for your glory. Lord, I thank you for hearing this prayer over my son's life, and for the work you are doing in his mind and heart even now. I trust that you are strengthening him daily and shaping him into the man you created him to be. Help me to continue covering him in prayer and supporting him with love and wisdom. I place his mental health, confidence, and future completely in your hands. I believe that you are faithful to guide and strengthen him. Let your will be done in his life, now and always. Amen. If this prayer is for your son, write his name in the comments and write your own prayer for him below.